Hey y'all, so today I'm reading from this book. It is called Zora Neale Hurston, A Life in Letters. As you can see, it's a very, very thick book. Hi, Dr. Arabia. And this letter is a collection of, this book is a collection of letters written by Zora Neale Hurston from about 5 decades to all different types of people. In here, there's letters to Carl Van Vechten, the one who took the infamous portraits of her. There's letters to Langston Hughes. There's letters about Langston Hughes. But today I'm just going to read this letter that she wrote to County Cullen on March 5th, 1943. Okay? Now, this is from Zora Neale Hurston, written to County Cullen. And like I said, it's in this book, which is a collection of 5 decades worth of letters that she wrote. Dear County, thanks a million for your kind letter. I am always proud to have a word of praise from you because your friendship means a great deal to me. It means so much to me because I have never known you to make an insincere move, neither for personal gain nor for malice, growing out of jealousy of anyone else. Then, too, you are my favorite poet, now and as always since you began to write. I have always shared your approach to art. That is, you have written from within rather than to catch the eye of those who were making the loudest noise for the moment. I know that hitchhiking on bandwagons has become the rage among Negro artists, for the last 10 years at least. But I have never thumbed a ride and can feel no admiration for those who travel that way. I have pointed you out on numerous occasions as one whose integrity I respected and whose example I wish to follow. Now, as to segregation, I have no viewpoint on the subject particularly, other than a fierce desire for human justice. The rest of it is up to the individual. Personally, I have no desire for white association, except where I am sought and the pleasure is mutual. That feeling grows out of my own self-respect. However blue the eye or yellow the hair, I see no glory to myself in the contact unless there is something more than the accident of race. Any other viewpoint would be giving too much value to a mere white hide. I have offended several liberals, it's in quotes, I have offended several liberals among the whites by saying this bluntly. I have been infuriated by having them ask me outright or by strong implication if I am not happy over the white left wing associating with Negroes. I always say no. Then I invariably ask why the association should give a Negro so much pleasure. Why any more pleasure than association with a black liberal? They never fail to flare up at that, which proves that they are paying for the devout worship that many Negroes give them in the cheap coin of patronage, which proves that they feel the same superiority of race that they claim to deny. Otherwise, why assume that they have done a noble deed by having contact with Negroes? County, I have actually had some of them to get real confidential and point out that I can be provided with a white husband by seeing things right. White wives and husbands have been provided for others, etc. I invariably point out that getting hold of white men has always been easy. I don't need any help with that. I only wish that I could get everything else as easily as I can get white men. I am utterly indifferent to the joy of other Negroes who feel that a marriage across the line is compensation for all things, even conscience. The South must laugh and gloat at the spectacle and say, I told you so. I know. I know. The South must laugh and gloat at the spectacle and say, I told you so. That is a black person's highest dream. If a white man or woman marries a Negro for love, that is all right with me. But a Negro who considers himself or herself paid off and honored by it is a bit too much for me to take. So I shall probably never become a liberal. Neither shall I ever let myself be persuaded to have my mind made up for me by a political job. I mean to live and die by my own mind. If that is cowardly, then I am a coward. When you come to analyze it, County, some of the stuff that has passed for courage among Negro leaders is nauseating. Oh yes, they are right there with the stock phrases which the white people are used to and expect, but pay no attention to anymore. They are rather disappointed if you do not use them. But if you suggest something real, just watch them back off from it. I know that the Anglo-Saxon mentality is one of violence. Violence is his religion. He has gained everything he has by it and respects nothing else. When I suggest to our leaders, that the white man is not going to surrender for mere words what he has fought and died for, and that if we want anything substantial, we must speak with the same weapons, immediately they object that I am not practical. No, indeed. The time is not ripe, etc., etc. Just point out that we are suffering injustices and denied our rights, as if that white people did not know that already. Why don't I put something about lynches in my books? ? As if all the world did not know about Negroes being lynched. My stand is this. Either we must do something about it that the white man will understand and respect, or shut up. No whiner ever got any respect or relief. If some of us must die for human justice, then let us die. Let us die is underlined. For my own part, this poor body of mine is not so precious that I would not be willing to give it up for a good cause. But my own self-respect refuses to let me go to the mourner's bench. Our position is like a man sitting on a tack and crying that it hurts when all he needs to do is get up off of it. 100 Negroes killed in the streets of Washington right now could wipe out Jim Crow in the nation so far as the law is concerned, and abate it at least 60% in actuality. If any of our leaders start something like that, then I will be in it, body and soul. But I shall never join the crybabies. You are right in assuming that I am indifferent to the patterns of things. I am. I have never liked stale phrases and bodiless courage. I have the nerve to walk my own way, however hard, in my search for reality, rather than clink upon the rattling wagon of wishful illusions. I suppose you have seen my denial of the statements of Douglas Gilbert of the World Telegram. I know I made him sore. He is one of those type of liberals I spoke of. They are all Russian and want our help to put them in power in the U.S. But I know that we will be liquidated soon after they were in. They will have to get there the best way they can for all I care. Cheerio, good luck, and a happy encounter with me in the near future. Sincerely, Zora. Woo! Zora snapped! Yo, can we bring letter writing back just so we can leave an archive like this for our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren? Because right now, all we have is Twitter, Threads, emails. I don't know. She snapped in this letter. She snapped, okay? This is a letter that Zora Neale Hurston wrote to County Cullen in March of 1943. And yeah, powerful. Okay, so I'm just going to read two more short ones. Now, these letters were written to Carl van Vechten, and he is the person who did a lot of portraits of people within the Harlem Renaissance period. I don't know if y'all have seen, if you Google Zora Neale Hurston and Carl van Vechten, you will see the portraits that he took of her. They're beautiful, right? So I'm just going to read this one letter that she wrote to him when she was living at the YWCA in Chicago, Illinois. And she wrote this on Thanksgiving Day, November 29th, 1934. Carl, darling, send the pictures here. I am so excited about them I can hardly wait. Frankly, I feel flattered that you wanted to photograph me. I am conscious of the honor you do me. I saw Nora Holt twice, and we are talking seriously of the trip to the Orient. If we can get some dates in California as we think we can, the project is assured. I hope and think that I can sell Ethel Waters a song. If she takes it for $200, I will be copacetti for China. Now, as much as I've read Zora Neale Hurston's work, I had no idea that she wrote songs for Ethel Waters. So reading this book kind of opened me up to a whole nother side of her career. Like, she was a songwriter too, which is wild. If I don't get to go to China and Russia, I shall be in the East before Christmas. Publicity has been grand there. Little Margaret has an awful crush on you. Because she wanted it so much, I let her take the card you sent me with your picture on it for the time being, but I wouldn't give it away for good. Thanking you in the humblest way that I know how, I am Zora. And she signs it ZNH. And then this is the letter in December after she gets the photos. Now y'all gonna recognize this quote. Dear Carl, the pictures are swell. I love myself when I am laughing, and then again when I am looking mean and impressive. Y'all remember that quote? We see that quote a lot on all over social media. You are a long, tall angel with the balm of Gilead in your hips. I am wearing out my loud singing cymbal talking about you. Did you have things like you wanted them for Thanksgiving? I had plenty dinners here, just couldn't get around to all of them. But I went the limit. I buried many turkey bosoms to that day, to say nothing of turkey hammers. Thanks for the new picture. You look like a red-hot Spider-Man in the center of your web, looking for a sizzling fly. I like that. Expect to see you before Christmas. Lovingly, Zora. Oh! I don't know. Is it just me? Is it just me? These letters are so beautiful. These letters are so beautiful. Like, imagine having so much value for language that even in a simple thank you letter, you use such poetry and such metaphor. Like, she says, I am wearing out my loud singing cymbal talking about you, because she's so grateful for these pictures. And that line, I love myself when I'm laughing, and then again when I'm looking mean and impressive. So when y'all Google Zora Neale Hurston, Carl van Vechten, you will see the photos that she's referring to. She has on like this scarf. It's a red background. And at one point she is looking very serious. And at one point there's a slight smile. So anyhow, that's all I wanted to share with y'all today. I just wanted to share with y'all. And yeah, I'm going to probably hop on randomly every once in a while to share little letters from this text because, whew, Zora snapped. So once again, it's Zora Neale Hurston, A Life in Letters. And it's about 4 to 5 decades of personal letters Zora Neale Hurston wrote, collected and edited by Carla Kaplan. All right, y'all. So wishing everyone a good day. And please donate to my crowdfunding campaign. I am really trying to keep this space open and running. So please donate to givebutter.com/TFBWL. And give $1, give $5, give $500, give $1,000. Yeah. Mama got bills, big bills to pay, okay? Thank you, Mena. Mwah. Wishing everyone a lovely day. Bye.